In this video, I'm going to show you how you can reference websites and books using an online reference builder. So I need to find some predetermined values of Planck's constant, and I want to use a variety of sources to back up my research. So one of the places I can look at is just websites online. So if I want to, so I can just go to Google and look up Planck's constant. Please do not use Wikipedia. Wikipedia doesn't really count as a source because Wikipedia actually pulls values from other sources. I'll show you what I mean. On Wikipedia, it will give you a value for Planck's constant, hopefully. And normally, there you might notice these little numbers, which is very similar to our Vancouver referencing. Whatever the values are, usually they or whatever values they give you. For example, right here, it tells you that Planck's constant has this value with this unit, and you'll see that there's a little 5 and a little 6. So the 5, Wikipedia is quite helpful, where if you hover over it, it actually tells you exactly where it got that information from. And if you click on it, it usually opens the exact place it got the information from. So this is a website. If you want, you could reference this website. If you go to number 6, it also gives you some other places where they found that value for Planck's constant. Unfortunately, this one is blocked. So what we're going to do instead is just use a different website. So I've got Planck's constant in Google. I'm going to go to Encyclopedia Britannica, and I'm going to open this page. Now on this page, I know that the company that published this is Encyclopedia Britannica. Unfortunately, there is no actual author. It just says written and fact-checked by editors of Encyclopedia Britannica. It tells me when the article was last updated as well, quite recently, so that's handy. If I scroll down, it should give me a value of Planck's constant, which I think I have included already in my Word document. Right, so what I'm going to do is show you how you can reference this website. We're going to copy the URL and we're going to go to our Vancouver reference builder, which we just find by Googling it. So I already had it open, so I'm going to start again. This time it's a website, so you're going to make sure website is selected and you're going to paste the URL of the website. And it will come up with all this information. Now, instead of the name of an author, which we normally expect to come first, instead the authors were technically the editors of Encyclopedia Britannica, which I guess is a group or an organization, so that is acceptable only when you're talking about a website, because websites are a little bit harder to trace original authors for. It's got the title of the website page, and because it comes from the internet, it also says internet in square brackets, and the date it was probably originally published. If I just check. It says last updated 2024. So if you want, you could change that to 2024, but there might be something at the bottom of this page which talks about it being published in 2018. And this is available from, and this is very important, you put the entire URL into the reference. And again, we can highlight the bit we want. We don't want the number 1, so we can highlight the bit we want, copy it, and then if this was already reference number 2 or reference number 3, I just paste it into reference number 2 in my references section of my Word document. Now, the other thing that's really, really important is I have, so this reference is slightly different. Let me just replace it with the updated one. Here we go. So the other thing that's really important is after the date, it's really important that if it's a website, you say exactly when you got it. So you can use the word cited or you can use the word accessed, and you have to put in today's date in this format usually. I should probably capitalize this. So this is really important that you put when you access the website, because unfortunately websites can come and go. So it's just helpful to tell your reader, well, on the date that I actually looked at the website, this website was working and it did show me the information that it had. Because websites can come and go, this is why sometimes they are considered a little bit unreliable. They have their uses, but they can be unreliable. So this is it. This is how you reference an internet web page. Make sure you include the full URL. Make sure you include exactly when you accessed it as well. And the last thing we can do is we can also reference books. So if you want to reference book, go to the book section of the Vancouver Reference Builder. What you can do, which is quite clever, is you can actually put in the title of a book. And Vancouver, or this reference builder, usually OCR Physics A. Okay, usually if I search with enough detail, it can actually find the full title of the book for me. So this is actually, you'll notice, our physics textbook. So again, if I want to look at the textbook, I can reference it like this. You might notice that this says Oxford University Press Children. I don't think you need to include the children part because technically the textbook that you use is just the normal textbook published. The publisher is just Oxford University Press. So we can just search it again and find a better one, or you can just make the edit manually. So if you use the textbook, you can just use Vancouver Reference Maker Online to reference the textbook as well.